And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me as always, we have Fada.
Blah.
He's playing Marvel Rivals and he is being a tank, and no one is protected the tank, if you're wondering. We have also have Dion.
What up? What up?
How's everybody doing today?
Am I?
Chilling.
There you go. What was you about to say, Dion?
I'm saying I'm chilling.
Okay. I want to make sure like I did it. You know the deal. The vaccine was sent out. Now, if whoever else comes, they come. If they don't, they don't. But I wanted we gonna get started on something that I find funny yet sad at the same time, and it involves New York. Now,
Oh boy.
now imagine you're in high school and you're a good kid, and you want to go eat at McDonald's. But you go to McDonald's and you realize that you have to be 20 years or older to even go into McDonald's. And if you are under 20, you have to be accompanied by an adult because the YNs around there keep shooting and fucking people up and jumping people and robbing people at these particular McDonald's. This is what's going on in New York right now. So Dion, as your even though as your resident New York nigga, I'm gonna start with you. How do you feel that McDonald's have to damn near have to put an age restriction on who can come into this McDonald's?
This is why we can't have nice things. That's that's all I can really say at this point.
I just exited the game. I'm just gonna play something else.
See, the YNs
Man,
hit Marvel Rivals as well. Look, go ahead, Dion.
how many times have we heard stories like this? People having to resort to doing drastic shit because niggas don't know how to act. That's sad, man. The McDonald's of all things, niggas can't even go on a McDonald's in peace. Man, cut it the fuck out. that's all I can say to that shit, man. Just cut it the fuck out.
Damn, it's like nigga can't even get a Big Mac though. Like, imagine that niggas can't even get a Big Mac because motherfuckers are just fucking up McDonald's. Father, how do you feel about that?
Um, hmm. Cause do you want all right? So I can break it down. Do you want me to be detailed or do you want me to summarize?
Detail. We got all
All right.
day.
Okay. So here's what I want to say about this. I blame the adults. It's their problem. I blame all the adults in New York for this problem because you haven't. This is the result of not providing a adequate environment for children to grow up into the point where you now label them YNs. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, it stopped becoming about them, so they're making it about them. That's why they're robbing people. It's no different than DC, right? And fucking Baltimore. You got YNs because y'all don't give a fuck about the children. So that's the result that you get. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Ray, you've seen me. I work with kids. I literally work with kids. You know what I'm saying? So
Correct.
I
That's a fact.
I see it. I saw it. And it's not complicated. You have not provided an adequate environment for these kids to channel their anger. Like, I am a huge fan of, and you know I hate the word fan, but I'm gonna say it anyway because I respect this man. Mr. Jason Wilson is a social media presence where he does martial arts and he teaches kids not only just martial arts but how to channel their emotions and to feel those emotions and to go through that pain so it becomes a part of you and you can use it as a tool. I've been doing this for about 10, 11 years now, and it's been spot on. This is how martial arts train themselves. So that's their channel. You know what I'm saying? Some niggas dance. Some niggas, you know what I'm saying, draw. Some niggas fucking talk on the internet. Some niggas, you know what I'm saying, are like Kai Cenat and just do whatever the fuck ever and get a huge following from off of it. The point is they got to channel that energy somewhere. And if they're out there being a YN, ask yourself, well, what have I done to provide an environment where he don't have to be a YN? Well, maybe them YNs is just lashing out at the world because the world has become unfair. We're already living in a time where motherfucking homelessness is rising. And bro, imagine trying to afford something in New York of all fucking places, and you're a young person. You know what I'm saying? So that example that you said that you're a good kid and you want McDonald's and you can't go in there because of the YN problem, I apologize. You're being punished for something that's not your fault. And your adults are actively failing you. They're actively just watching this shit happen because they don't give a fuck because we got to work 3 jobs in order to pay the rent. Cooked.
You know, you just reminded me of Father with that. Remember, you see the movie Hardball, right?
I don't think I have, honestly.
Oh,
I seen that.
You see?
I don't
Okay,
think I have. It
the
doesn't. I
movie
don't
with
recall.
the movie with Keanu Reeves and he does his baseball team to solve a debt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nah, it's been a very long time. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that,
Anyway,
cause that movie is damn near 20 years old.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a while.
Dion. Okay, Dion. So you seen it? You seen the movie, right, Dion?
Yeah.
So remember when Michael B. Jordan's character he had to lie about his age to stay on the team because
Mm-hmm.
and the him being on that baseball team was keeping him out the streets. Obviously, a lot of those kids was on the baseball team to stay out the streets because it was in Chicago, and anybody knows about Chicago, y'all know how Chicago get down. So they found out that he lied about his age. They said he was younger than he was supposed to be, and it wasn't even Keanu's character. It was the opposite team's character because he wanted to do whatever to win, which was kind of fucked up. But he
Mm-hmm.
brought up to people that this kid is too old to be there. He needs to be off the team. And Keanu Reeves' character had to tell the kid, and the kid was sad because he really just wanted to play. He cried and everything. I want to play. I want to play. And so he was like, "I'm sorry. Rules are rules. You can't." The next time you see him, and it was before G Baby dies, and his character's name is Jamal, and he's in the
Mm-hmm.
streets, and you can see the sad look on his face that he's just out there in the streets with the other dudes. Next thing you know, G Baby gets shot. That's that's exactly what Father is talking about. You have no place for these people to go, so where they going to go to? The streets. So where they going to be at? The streets, and with no guidance, these niggas is going to run amok. Now, as far as McDonald's goes, it's just like McDonald's is doing what it's supposed to do because, like, they notice the young dudes, they don't give a fuck. But obviously, it all leads back to guidance, and then people need to be in the community. Like, it's all about it. You can basically say by the time if they're doing YN shit and YN attitudes, it's too late. So like these niggas is already. I mean, some of them can be saved. I feel like a lot of people can be saved, but usually if you get to the streets, it's obviously too late. Too late. That's what you want to do, and it's the same thing with I would say in DC because hell, I've been seeing a lot more people in Union Station, especially young people, asking people not just for money for something to eat because they ain't got nowhere to go, and it's just like everything's like pushing them out, not really like keeping them in or keeping the community strong. So it's just like, what do you do? I feel sad that even for McDonald's, like I have to put that sign up. Imagine doing that, and it's just like, damn, what the fuck did I do? And it's just like you said. It's just like you have to blame the adults for this because you know I think they were supposed to have a rec center over there where they was supposed to be doing it, but I don't know.
Ain't
It's
that
not built.
ironic?
So, yeah, but it's not built. So where did it go? So that's yeah. So that's it about that. Um, any last words before we move on to our next topic?
I blame the adults. That's it.
Okay. Um. Also, let's talk about wrestling. Obviously, John Cena. We finally seen heel John Cena in his first promo, and he said a lot. In my opinion, he said a lot of things that I felt like he was festering up for 20 years, and I would say it was a very good promo. I had my nitpicks about it, but all in all, it was a very good promo. So, I think the panel. How did y'all feel about this John Cena heel promo that we seeing?
I liked it. I don't now, mind you, I don't think it was the greatest thing in the world, but I liked it. And the only reason I'm not getting too invested in this particular promo is because this is literally just stage one of heel John Cena. We don't have a lot to go on yet, so we need to just ride this thing out. We're just starting this journey of evil John Cena.
Corporate John Cena.
There you, there you go. There you go. That's even better.
Is it on me?
Yeah, it's on you.
I just looking at it back in retrospect, bro. This was a promo he could have cut 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? If he turned heel 10 years ago, this would be the angle. So you can what my point is, this has been a long time brewing. You feel what I'm saying? Like how you made the point, this was like 20 years in the making.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm trying to say that, but in a different way. But yeah, like this is something that, they're smart about bringing up because for a very long time, like John Cena has been subject to so much criticism. You feel what I'm saying? The 5 moves of doom, you know what I'm saying? Oh, here we go, Super Cena. It's like we could call a John Cena match before John Cena even wrestled a match. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy will beat him up and then there'll be a rest hold. And then John Cena does the 5 moves of doom and then FU reversal. You know what I'm saying? For the long time, it was like that was the formula. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was like a lot of the basis of the criticism. And the fact that the product was considered to be watered down because we was just coming off of the motherfucking Attitude Era. And this nigga's the leader of the PG era. So, I feel like that promo, it was just very layered. You feel what I'm saying? With all the shit. Because he ain't lied not one bit. You know what I'm saying? That is exactly what happened. People were heavily critical, even though he was the guy that was making all the wishes and shit like that, and putting himself out there, risking injury and shit. Always showing up every single motherfucking week as champion because John Cena did do that. He was on SmackDown Raw every single motherfucking week as champion. He never missed
US
a week.
Open challenges. He actually put a lot of people on.
He put a lot of people on. The nigga never stopped. So I feel
can I add something to that? Can I add something to that now that you said that?
Yeah,
one of my personal favorite matches of John Cena was his open challenge match with Sami Zayn sent to him.
You know what's funny? Sami Zayn got hurt that day too.
But can we just agree that that was a fire ass match?
Agreed. Yeah. That was young Sammy too.
That was young Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
That was before I knew he was Muslim. I thought he was just some ginger.
They had just pulled it from NXT.
Yeah. Hey man, Kevin Owens, because remember Kevin Owens, powerbombed the fuck out that nigga. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was power bombing him on the hardest part of the ring.
the hardest part of the ring. Shout out to Tyrell.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Father.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, it was just I enjoyed the promo for what it is because it's something that we all saw. You feel what I'm saying? And I think the best part about this whole thing is like the little senior kids being all disappointed and shit. I'm like, welcome to your first heel turn. Not your first heel turn, but like, this is what it is when your idols turn to your rivals.
Yeah.
That's wrestling in a nutshell. The people
Like
that you look up to,
this is your favorite wrestler turning heel. Your favorite babyface turning heel.
the baby face turning heel.
The baby
Right.
faces of all baby faces.
Baby faces of all baby
right.
faces.
The
Which is funny
literal
because they
face of
start
the
off as a
company for the
heel.
past decade and some change.
Now that I think about it, John Cena and The Miz, their beginnings aren't so different.
That's what's even funny.
That's the funny part. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you remember The Miz said that he was kicked out of fucking locker rooms because niggas ain't fuck with him?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. So, like, imagine John Cena when he was coming through. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking white boy from Newbury, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to get to where he's at is great. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely built a legacy for himself. He's considered the greatest of all time. But now, nigga, I'm on my rated R era. I'm on my rated R shit. Fuck you niggas. Y'all didn't help me. Now The Rock saying that he want niggas, shit. Don't mind if I motherfucking do. I don't owe y'all shit. I already gave you 25 years. 20 years. You know what I'm saying? The last time is now. And I'm taking that title and making it 17.
That brings me to my next point that I wanted to. Well, not my next point, but my next question. Do you think that Cena's gonna get that belt at WrestleMania?
I want him
No.
to get that belt now.
But if he does, you know what? But if he does, in a way, I want it to be off of some bullshit.
Yes.
I want if that's what they're gonna do, I need Cody Rhodes to be a victim. Because Cody Rhodes is nearing a year. He's going from back-to-back WrestleMania champion. So if they're gonna give him the belt, it needs to be robbery.
And that is exactly what I believe is going to happen. I keep saying this about certain stories where they seem to have invested way too much into a certain situation for it not to play out a certain way. You dig? They're investing a hell of a lot in this John Cena turn. Cena damn near has to walk out of WrestleMania with that belt. Otherwise, this heel turn will have been for absolutely fucking nothing.
And you want to know what, Dion? And you might disagree with me, but that's okay if it was for nothing. That's okay. We've seen worse.
And he's had a good career. 16 titles.
We've seen worse. Nigga, we never thought Edge was gonna wrestle ever again.
Yeah.
This is true.
We never thought that nigga was gonna come back, and then he came back. Royal Rumble.
Here's my thing though, right? And I'm with you, Ray. I low key want Cena to win for one reason and one reason only. I'm curious who's going to be the one to dethrone him.
I think Cody will get it back. Cody's the babyface of all babyface. I feel like, and then that'd be a good redemption. That'd be good for Cody. It's a good story for Cody to build up a new babyface because God help him. He's probably the best babyface I've seen that people just kind of like are drawn to. I know he got some people hating on him, but I just feel like that's just fickle wrestle fans, and we all know how fickle wrestle fans can be. But as far as the babyface, Cody Rhodes is a great babyface. So
The one thing the one hill I will die on as a wrestling fan is that the best way for any wrestler to thrive is when they're allowed to just straight up be their fucking self. For the first time in a long time, WWE is letting Cody Rhodes be his fucking self.
What you
And
talking about?
that's what's made this championship reign so fucking good.
Are you implying that he's never been himself?
not our Negro icon Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Because
He,
Stardust was all him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I will agree with that too. Stardust is all him. He's just that good.
yeah, that's how it started. But we know how he started to feel about the character after a certain amount of time.
Because it was a joke character to begin with. That's why it was never meant to be taken serious. I can see why you hate that you hate that character at the time. I don't even if correctly and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even think he wanted to be that character. I feel like they kind of like implied that too.
I mean, the couple of times that I've heard him talk about it, I don't think he ever mentioned exactly who came up with the idea.
It was probably Vince.
I've always assumed it was a brainchild of Cody Rhodes himself.
Ain't it?
But that's just me. In any case, my only thing with um the Stardust thing again, it was one of those things he wanted to just be done with it once it ran its course, and I guess powers that be had other plans or whatever.
Tell you the truth, it does make a great villain for Arrow. That's the sad part. And this is what happens. You know when I say when you're too good at your job, sometimes shit like that happens.
Hey,
It's the same thing like I said about Samantha Irvin. It's just like sometimes you can be too good at your job where it will stalemate you and like let's just say you just do something you want to do something else and it's not even bad. It's just not as good as what you're usually doing. They'll just say, just stick to what you usually do. You're doing great with that. And it's just like I don't want to do that though. It's like I feel like I ran this course. It's the same thing. It's the same thing I said about Samantha earlier. It's like she was really good at what her job. So it's just like I feel like if she would have wanted to do something else, they would have been like, you know what, just stick to announcing. You're very good at that. Go ahead, yeah.
yeah, no, you right, you right. I ain't got nothing else.
Okay. You got anything more to say, Father, before I go?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I personally I like the promo as well. My only nitpick is that New Day did it better, but It's the same thing. Am I right? Am I right or wrong?
You fans
I'm
are ungrateful. We gave you 20 motherfucking years. Now it's fuck you.
Yeah.
no, I'm laughing because he's right. I'm laughing in agreement.
Knew they did it better, and he's like, honestly, I was actually surprised people fuck with Big E like that, but you could tell people really did fuck with Big E like that. But
No,
even then,
that's our boy.
yeah, that's our boy.
It wasn't just the fact that Big E had the fan base that he did. It's the way they came at him. When just you can't top that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then shoot. With that being said, you could tell like he said, he was holding in a lot of stuff, but at the same time, it's like to make it more convincing, you had to like play with the fans a bit, just like how Sasha Banks and that Bailey match when Sasha Banks took that girl's what was it, Tiara, and she started playing with this during the match. It's like, oh, you being a heel now. It made that girl cry for real. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you like he
What
had
a
to put it on.
heel.
He's being a heel, and when you could tell that little kid wanted to cry. Wrestling was real to him. He was like, that kid right there. What I do, Daddy? but, yeah, it like, but I will say that John Cena promo, like, he was talking to people like me because I was also like, I didn't hate the Super Cena, but it was just like felt like just the same old, same old. And then then I started realizing, well, what else are they going to do? It's just like it didn't seem like WWE at that time. Uh, I don't think Reigns wasn't ready at that time. They still figuring out the Shield. I love Bray Wyatt, but I don't know if people would really attract to Bray Wyatt like that as a babyface, not much of a heel. And then like you also had what Randy Orton, and like you have Randy Orton, but it's just like Cena was always there, and it's just like you can count on Cena. Sometimes like um people like Cena, it's just like you count on him. It's like he's always going to be there, and even then, it's just like the people just hated seeing him on top, but it's just like, what do you expect? He's just like he's always there. He's always helping. Matter of fact, he gets injured, and then he comes back quicker than most people. So and then like the kids love you, the merchandise sells, and it's just that's who Cena is. He's just Super Cena.
But the product did suffer because of that.
It
It
did
did.
suffer. It was suffering greatly, but
And that's where the resentment comes from because the product legit, bro. Some days I don't even understand myself how I survived some of those times, bro. Because we was down bad. Remember, fucking 20. It was like 2010 to like 2013. Oh my
oh
god,
my
it was a
god,
drought. It was a motherfucking drought.
oh,
Niggas was really not watching wrestling like that then.
oh man,
But you want to know what's funny about that? Yeah, I'm not gonna say niggas wasn't watching wrestling. Niggas just wasn't fucking with WWE too heavy at the time because that time frame you just named, that's when TNA was in its fucking prime.
Oh no, 06 to 2013 TNA was peak.
yeah. I also agree with that, but and like I said, it was like they had new stars developing, but I was like seeing them now to where they was before. Then you could tell they wasn't ready. I will admit to that they wasn't ready yet. So it's like all you had to account on was Cena and Randy Orton sometimes. So I can see, but and but I will say, who was under? I feel like that was undervalued during that whole drought. Stephanie McMahon.
Mm,
I think that was some of Stephanie McMahon's best work. Tell you the truth.
Oh, the
mm.
authority. You talk about the
Yeah,
authority stuff.
the authority, and it was like especially since she knew it's like she knew how to play with the crowd. Like, remember that whole thing with CM Punk got knocked out in UFC, and they was
yeah.
and he
Okay.
said,
Okay.
if y'all do that for like 2 more minutes, you would have last longer than Punk did. I was like, ooh.
Ooh.
Nah. I got it. Okay. That was old.
That's the one thing I will say. That was peak Stephanie McMahon. He'll like she knew that they didn't like her, and she reveled into that shit. So and
she
she was
she
good.
did what her father did. She leaned into that shit.
She leaned into that shit. It was just, I was like, oh, okay. I can respect Stephanie on this one. I felt like she was like tell you the truth. I felt like she was like sometimes the best parts of the Authority Venerals and some shit like that because she knew how to be a bitch respectfully. So yeah, she knew how to be a bitch. She knew how to play a bitch role respectfully. But yeah, overall, like I think John Cena did a great. That was a great promo. I would like to see more in store. I would love to see the New Day and John Cena uh link up because I feel like since they're basically doing the same shit, you might as well uh put that shit on. Also,
not to mention,
Also, they do deserve it.
yeah, not to mention, at some point, I need Cena and R-Truth to cross paths.
that's what everybody says.
I need that now. I need
That right
Cena
there
and
is gonna
R-Truth to
solidify it.
to cross paths.
You
That
know
right
what
there
I
is
think.
gonna
You know what I
solidify
think
it.
is going to happen if they put our truth in there. Our truth is going to go heel.
Oh man, not the have your childhood hero with the. Oh man, no.
It's just like him. Think about it. Him following his childhood heroes. Like wherever he goes, he's going to follow. You're still my hero, and then like he's going to be doing it. That'd be some fucking cold ass shit. I think that'd be dope.
But R-Truth heel turn would hurt. Oh,
No, it wouldn't.
damn.
Think about it. Like at WrestleMania, our truth's coming in to save the day. Next thing you know, he fucking knocked out Cody.
And let him be the one that ain't gonna
Why,
help
our
us in the
truth?
window.
Why? Come
Why?
I
on.
like it. I like that. I like that. That's slick as fuck. Oh
And then
shit! Because
the whole thing is that our two think that
no
Cody
one
is the
would see
heel
that
and John
coming.
Cena is the face. That beats yo, that shit right itself. That shit will write itself.
No one would see that shit coming.
Okay, staying on a little bit of wrestling. Yo, was y'all digging Naomi's outfit? I loved
Yes.
it. I loved it. And so
Hey, Naomi can do no wrong to me, so you know.
uh, that's cool. Also, what did y'all think about the Edge versus John Moxley match? And I guess a lot of people
You
never
talking about
saw
the one that
John.
just happened?
Yeah, and I guess a lot of people never saw him in CZW and how John Moxley got down because that spike back spot. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, you got to remember, this a new generation. They're not used to that shit.
I was
Meanwhile,
like,
niggas like I literally saw Undertaker hang Boss Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember that shit.
bruh. The nigga, remember the bloodbath match between Gangrel and them? Like, come
"Yeah,
on now.
Oh yeah.
This ain't shit.
No, nigga, Inferno matches, motherfuckers was really lighting people on fire.
Kane was lit on fire like his whole damn career.
the gasket's on fire."
We watched Paul Bearer get encased in cement, bro.
Yeah,
Bro, they over there talking. Y'all literally had a barbed wire death match. Like, what are you talking about? Like, come on now. Oh my god,
and,
it's too graphic. I mean,
and don't get me started on Mick Foley.
like, bro, this is sometimes niggas is just you. Sometimes you got the niggas that just want to kill each other. You got the death match niggas. what's his name? John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, Cope, fucking what's his name? Randy Orton done been in a few death matches.
Yeah,
Cardona.
him and Mick Foley, and when he landed on them tacks, he sold
landed on motherfucking thumbtacks.
I felt Randy Orton's pain. That shit
you acting
like
hurt. Every Triple H match he was in Hell in a Cell, that nigga ain't bleed.
Shoot.
Like, bro.
Baseball bats covered in barbed wire and shit.
Barbie.
No, but this one's different. No, the fuck it's not.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
I watched John Moxley take a sawzall to the face.
I'm about to. A nigga once brought a chainsaw to the ring. Come on. Shut the fuck.
I watched Joey Mercury land on a table and his back got fucking lacerated. In real time. It wasn't no spot. That wasn't meant to happen.
Hell, even Oscar and Nikki Cross had like, well, I don't know if it was a TLC match, but it was like a ladder match or some shit like that. And they and this was like undefeated Oscar streak.
No, it wasn't Joey Mercury. I'm sorry. It was Hardcore Holly, I think.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Don't even talk about Hardcore Holly will fuck you up for real.
Yeah. It was Hardcore Holly. It was an episode of ECW. He had landed on a table and the table had lacerated his back. I believe it was Hardcore Holly. Joey Mercury was the ladder. Remember when the ladder fucking hit his fucking face?
Yeah.
It was Eminem versus Hardy Boys, I believe. And he got hit in his face with a ladder and it busted him the fuck open. He had to wear that mask.
So
that's what I was talking about. But yeah, like, bro, with wrestling, sometimes wrestling is violent. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they put on them death matches. That's all.
It might be choreographed, but the color fake is an insult.
I was about to say, we just had an unsanctioned match with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's like, they get there.
Yeah. And I mean, even with that unsanctioned, not like that, mind you, as bomb of a match as that was, because again, that was match of the night at the Elimination Chamber. Motherfucking, that was still tame compared to some other shit we've seen.
Oh, you talking about Kevin Owens with Sami Zayn?
Yeah, the unsanctioned match that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And last question, and we get off of wrestling. Do y'all feel like this is kind of like overtaking Jey Uso's match with Gunther? Because
no, not at all. No.
You say not at all. I feel like it needs to be something more needs to be done with that match.
No. Because here's the thing: if you ask me, depending on what they do next following WrestleMania, the outcomes of these two matches are going to play into each other. I'm on a point of let this cook story wise and see if this goes where I think it's going to go.
I'm with you on the let this cook thing, but I will say this: on this road to WrestleMania, the most interesting story is obviously John Cena, and I feel like the next most interesting story is the Jade Cargill and Naomi thing. And
I'll give that third place.
Who would you put?
But at the end of the day, though, Ray, that's subjective. You feeling what I'm saying? You can say, you'll be well within your right to say that they should be doing more with Gunther versus Jey Uso. But then again, like, bro, Gunther was just at motherfucking SmackDown. He's not supposed to be in SmackDown. Talking to motherfucking Jimmy Uso to get into Jey Uso head. Like, niggas are now seeing that Gunther has a psychological side to him. Look at the shit that he said about motherfucking Sami Zayn. Look at the shit he said about Damian Priest. Gunther talk shit. You feel what I'm saying? He looked down on people. You know what I'm saying? So this is just another version of that. So I think, maybe it's not as flashy, but Gunther's old school. Like, he's not gonna fucking go out here and motherfucking, do what Naomi did or do what or make it a soap opera, that nigga will tell you to your face, I think you're not good enough. The mat is sacred, and I'm the ring general, and you're fucking inferior to me.
He's the Shao Kahn of WWE.
Yeah, he's kind of like on this Shao Kahn shit.
He's the Shao Kahn of WWE. He will say to your face, "You suck.
You suck."
You.
And then Jey Uso's like, "No, I'm not." Yeet. You know. And then everyone's like, "Yeah, yeet." And then Michael Cole in the motherfucking background offbeat, yeet. Like, bro.
No, I'm not.
But then, see, that's to me, that is the thing that makes Jey Uso the next most important thing behind John Cena. It's the hype behind Jey Uso. When is the last time we've seen someone who's primarily known as a tag team competitor had built up this strong of a following? It's been little over a decade, right?
No, it's not been over a decade.
Literally Shawn Michaels.
The Rockers, that's how he debuted.
Yeah, I was about to say, literally, you just told Shawn Michaels' story.
And how long ago was that?
90s. That's 30 years.
Okay, I rest my case.
Yeah, but there's been plenty other people. Motherfucker.
It's been others, but not like it's been others, but not to this magnitude.
Yeah, but no, 2 of the 3 did that shit. Kofi Mania's up there.
I was about to say, if you want to say Edge, I was going to say Edge.
Edge tag team.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy tag team.
Jeff Hardy.
He won the motherfucking Raw Heavyweight Championship.
And then out of all of those, the most recent is Kofi, and how far we're approaching how many years of that being?
No, it's not. It's Cody Rhodes.
Kofi is different.
Also, you can put Cody Rhodes in there too, because when he debuted, he was part of Legacy. Now, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So Cody Rhodes is literally right there. Roman Reigns, the Shield. He was part of a fucking faction, and he made it out. And Seth Rollins stole it from him first, and he still got it.
All right. All I'm saying is this: the hype and the support behind Jey Uso is real as fuck. This is one of those. This is one of those. He had another one. He has to win it.
Don't get me wrong. I want Jey Uso. I really do want Jey Uso to win. If Gunther goes over, I wouldn't be surprised either because
I won't be like thoroughly like upset if Gunther retains, because again, I get the person and the character that that Gunther is supposed to be, and to essentially kill this hype train that is Jey Uso at WrestleMania would fit right along with who Gunther is and what Gunther is supposed to represent. So I wouldn't even be upset at Gunther winning, because it would, all of that would fall right in line with what Gunther is supposed to be about.
Okay. I just got it. Maybe I just got to let it cook more. Maybe that's just it. I'm willing to let it cook. That was just my view on it. I wanted to just get your thoughts on that. So, any last words before we move on to our next topic? Here's a do y'all care about the shit that was happening with Desolarius in the Breakfast Club? Y'all don't care about that?
I saw some things mentioning it, but I didn't actually. I didn't pay much attention to it. What did she do or say?
All right. I'm gonna summarize for you. Um, you know how like she finally got that job on for the Breakfast Club, right? As soon as
Yeah.
she got that job, she gets pregnant on purpose. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with that. But the person she chose to replace her while she was on maternity leave was doing a real good job. So much that people thought that she should be on the show instead of Jess, and that's what the crowd was thinking. And I guess
Damn.
when Jess Hilarious came back from maternity leave, the girl that was placing her still there. So I guess it got on Jess Hilarious' nerves. She lashed out, and then they had to talk about this on Breakfast Club, to where like because Jess Hilarious was airing out some of the whole Breakfast Club and everything about that because she was still there, and that's basically what you get.
Sound like Jess set herself up.
I mean, that's what I said.
And this is me speaking as a fan of hers. I think she's funny as hell, but it, you set yourself up.
The thing is, when she do it just with she does it just with the best stuff. She usually just read headlines and makes jokes about it. And the person she got to replace it is an actual reporter. Like she came from TMZ and shit, and she was an actual journalism. Um, she was an actual,
Mm.
she was a real live journalist. Excuse me, I can speak. She was a real live journalist, and she was giving people details, and like she would literally like call people to get like extra info that most people like. She would do the extra things that people like the fact that she was doing. So I guess to me, I feel like it just got on just hilarious nerves that. Um, but this is honestly, this is what happens when you chose somebody that you're looking at your replacement. Sometimes that's how I felt about it.
Yeah, she did it to herself. She did that to herself entirely.
Uh, But all right, we can get off of that. Let's go to this. After a recent change by Trump administration, the federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. The segregated clause of several identified in a public memo issued by the General Service last month, affecting all civil federal agencies. The memo explains that it's making changes prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, inclusion, which repealed an executive order by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non discrimination. The memo also addresses Trump's executive order on gender identity. While there are still state and federal laws that outlaw segregation and discrimination, that companies need to comply with. Legal experts say that this change to contracts across the federal government is significant. So basically, things might get segregated around here. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this piece of gem and piece of work. Anybody? Yep.
I mean, this is who you motherfuckers voted for. That's all I got to say about that.
Father, you have anything to add, or you feel the same way? Is
She
Father
said
there?
that.
Father, Okay. I think I'm gonna go, and then if that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and say what I'll say about that.
But is he
Um,
muted?
no, he's not muted. Why is he not muted? But I, this is how I see it. The way I see it is, I'm wondering who is going to do that. I don't know about y'all, how y'all feel about that. I wonder who is going to be the first restaurant that's going to be like whites only, no colors allowed. If that really is going to happen, who would you know is going to segregate their restaurant or their place of business? Because I don't think that would be beneficial for them in this day and age, not like it was back then. And I also feel like if like this does happen, we might get actually a rise of more black businesses to where like we look out for ourselves again. Like for what I've seen, a lot of black people is just like good. Uh like they're I don't want to say they're with it, but it's just like, I'm gonna just, buy buy black or, just start own businesses and some shit like that. Some people feel like, we integrated into a burning building and all the other stuff. And a lot of other people was just like, I want to know who's really. It's just like me. I want to know who's really going to do this, so we can expose the racism in them, and they're not going to chop at their space no more. So
I had to go handle something. What's the topic?
the resegregation.
What about this on?
Say it again.
What about this on? Like what situation?
No, segregation.
No, I know. I'm saying what brought the topic on. Like what situation brought the topic on
Oh,
for school segregation.
Trump administration, the federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors for having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. Uh, the segregation clause is one of several identified in the public memo issued by the General Service Administration last month, affecting all civil federal agencies. The memo explains that it's making changes prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which repealed an executive order signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. The memo also addresses Trump's executive order on gender identity. While there are still states and federal laws that outlaw segregation and discrimination that companies need to comply with, legal experts say this change to contracts across federal government is significant. That's basically it.
Malcolm X already said it. Dr. Martin Luther King already said it. Kwame Ture already said it. Minister Louis Farrakhan already said it. Like, do I need to go on and on and on? Like, bro, I remember the Minister Louis Farrakhan, he said that, if there's ever a time where we cannot, coexist amicably, then separation is the solution. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like right now what we're seeing is proof of that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of proof of that. Like this has never really died. It just went underground, and now it's their time to shine because people genuinely don't listen because of the fact that it's a black person that said it. They're not gonna listen to you. So right now, I mean, if they want to bring segregation back or bring back segregation, black folks wasn't really doing too bad during segregation times. Time was there. Now, I'm not saying that to say, it was a time to be looked at with a positive lens, but we're not gonna say that some good haven't come out of segregation. At the very least, if you're forced to do business with black people, like I think you've already mentioned before, you know what I'm saying? Then that's simply just what it is. And it's going to finally force you niggas to look past only yourselves and go back to a collective type of consciousness, because that's what saved the black community this entire time. So it's shit. At this point, nigga, they was warned. Ain't nothing really I can do. I ain't vote for the nigga. So it's above me now. And then you want to sit in my face and cry about people voting third party. Fuck out of my face.
Can I ask a question as you said that?
Ask your question.
What do you have to say to anyone who says, "Oh, if you didn't vote, you're part of the problem"?
No, they're not.
I benefit. If anything, we're benefiting.
No, they're not. That's not true. When it comes to voting, no one's putting a gun to your head. You can choose not to vote. You know, you can choose not to vote because nobody represents your interest. That's perfectly fine. But as for them not being able to complain, well, they pay taxes. They live in the same country you do. If they don't exercise their right to vote, that's their personal decision. That ain't got nothing to do with you or me. You know, if the issue is as, deep as you say it is, then you will be that proper example to represent it. And those who also resonate with you will resonate. But not everybody is going to agree, even if you do stand for justice. We live in a time where you can cure cancer tomorrow and somebody's going to send you a death threat. They don't give a fuck. You're not going to get everybody to agree, even if it does save your life. So this ideal that you have that people need to vote a certain way, or because they don't vote a certain way that they doom the country, that may be true. But at the motherfucking same time, if you are fighting the good fight, why even spend your energy there in the fucking first place? You know where they stand at. You know what I'm saying? So just pivot and do what is necessary for you to make sure that you aren't caught up. If they want to be caught up, let them be caught up. If the niggas didn't vote and you feel like they doomed the country because they didn't vote, okay, then save yourself. We'll see who's correct. But as for that ain't got nothing to do with you or me, or you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't vote for a certain person, that ain't got nothing to do with nobody. That's a decision that I made. So yeah, if your decision motherfucking led us to a motherfucking burning house, I have every right to complain, regardless of whether I voted or not, because I'm implicated. Because then what? So then, what do you say about the niggas that wanted to vote for something else and lost? They voted,
right?
Well, what did the fucking nigga? What did the Trump people say to the Biden people when he won? Oh, the election got rigged. Ain't that what happened?
Right.
So, nigga, no matter where you spin it, somebody's always gonna blame somebody. And that's why I think American politics is so fucking bullshit sometimes. Because it's just endless scapegoatism. If you don't do this, then it's someone else's fault. If I don't do this, then it's someone else's fault. Whenever you talk to the motherfucking Republicans, it's the Democrat. It's the Democrat. And then when you talk to the Democrat, the Republican, and I'm like, can somebody have some, self-accountability for once? Like, no wonder. Like, it's just whatever. That's the game you want to play. I ain't interested in that. So ain't got nothing to do with me. I voted. I ain't vote for the nigga, but it wasn't enough. So oh well.
You already know I'm with Father on that one. Like, if anything, like the way how everybody kind of reacted with how this shit turned out, you might as well not have voted either. Especially when people's talking about, we not saving nobody and all that other shit. It was just like, we've been trying to tell y'all this in the first place.
You were warned. That's my thing. They were fucking warned.
He was warning you.
Nobody put a gun to your head to do this shit, but all of you niggas were warned.
The way I see it is, I saved me a little bit of energy when I didn't vote. That's how I see it. Let me tell you, I damn sure wasn't voting for Trump.
I just don't. You already know me. I don't like how the system is. I don't like the system in general. I think, especially the way they do the voting thing. I feel like that shit should be changed. And
Right.
I've been said that.
That in of itself is a major problem that needs to be addressed. But all I'm gonna say is this: like, I'm sure others felt this way too, and just looking at what was being presented, neither was really a suitable candidate. So those who stayed out of it stayed the hell out of it.
And especially me, I'm the type of person that's just like, I don't want. I don't want to. I don't want you to be 50. As I was saying, I'm the type of dude like if I want someone behind the cause, I don't want nobody around the cause wishy washy. You either all in or you not. And I'm like the whole time I felt like this whole election is like I didn't feel like a lot of people was really all in. It was more or less like we're either going to keep Trump out or just not vote at all. So to me, it was just like I've been saying this from the start. I said I'm not voting because I felt like if everybody was taking this shit as a fucking joke and no one's taking it serious, why the fuck should I? So I'm just gonna stay my ass to the side and let y'all do. And tell you the truth, it's just like I feel like I chose the right path. Like I know like as far as people getting deported and all that other stuff. I was like, y'all did that. The whole terror shit. Like, that's what y'all voted. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just here to watch y'all fuck up. And to say, I told you so.
I'm literally just here to say I told you so. That's all. I told you.
I told you so.
Nah, but that's damn the accuracy.
What have been said? What have I been saying? And if like God bless Kamala Harris, but like we all knew that was gonna happen. Like she was not gonna win. They was gonna look at her as a scapegoat, or like they're not gonna. And in my opinion, and I've had this debate with one of our close friends. I told him, I said, I think they didn't know what to do with her fucking campaign. I was like, and this is and he disagrees because he thinks it's the system, and blames it on racism and sexism. It was like he's not far off, but I said, you know, in my personal opinion, like Kamala didn't come off as relatable, and I felt like they didn't do a good job to make her relatable either. It was
Not only
like
that,
everything.
I still stick to my point of you give her all of what a season to try to prepare for something that normally takes years to plan.
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah, well, 3 months. But even I said this. I think I could have done a better job in 3 months to get her at least likable to people because it's not that people didn't like her. You didn't know much about her. Like people were still trying to figure out if she was black or not. I said I'd have dead that shit the first day. You know what I was honestly, and I said this not to go veer off. I said, what's the first thing I would have done if I was running that campaign? We going to Howard. She's AKA. We're gonna have some AKA steppers, and then we're gonna have some go-go music. And it's the first thing I'm doing. I was like, she went to Howard, she's in a sorority, and then she got Caribbean. I know she's Indian, but she also got Jamaican cultures and all that other stuff. You like she was in DC. Everything about that it screams black, and yet y'all don't push that. I feel like they didn't do that. But you know what?
They hella didn't do that. And not only did they not motherfucking do that, they also let Trump kind of control the narrative of how she even got to the fucking race in the first place. And what it
Exactly.
did was it made them dog whistle. It made everyone turn to basically a dog whistle. So the attention went from anything that Kamala was trying to do. Because yeah, she may have had good ideas, but damn, you let your opponent just run game on you like that. I'm sorry.
And honestly, that's what I tried to tell my friend. And, we had a big old debate. He was like, "It's the system." I said, "I understand, but Obama and I was like, Obama went through the same shit too. It was like maybe not the sexism part because obviously because he's a man, she's a woman, but you motherfucker, he had to charm people. He had to let people know who he was. He had to be relatable. And I was telling him like Obama was charming. Obama was relatable. It was like he had black people, and he had
He
black
got
people
people
like
swimming on the palm of his motherfucking hand.
yes. Yeah, I was like, what did Kamala do? Nothing. And I was like, Kamala ain't doing that. Yeah, you bring out Beyonce, but everybody was like, oh, you pandering. There is no reason
Brought
you
out
bring out Beyonce.
Glorilla, and all them.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
Meg Thee Stallion. It's like, it's no reason you bring out all these people and people go, oh, she pandering.
She's pandering.
And I was, and this is what I was trying to tell our friend, but it was just like, he's not wrong because I feel like I said, the system wasn't really made for us black people. But at the same time, it's just like there's things that I feel like it should have been like if you would have done this, and this, we would have been a different. Because I was on them trains and I'm seeing them, aka sorority steppers or aka sorority sisters everywhere. Make up, and then like plus like Trump going to Aiden Ross, going to a bunch of other people's streamers, going up like he was with Joe Rogan and some shit like that and all that stuff. He was just like he was going to the people. Why didn't you let her go to the people and some shit like that? But who am I? I don't know. Just a nigga that watched the whole election and watched that shit burn to the ground. Any last words on this?
Next time, just use the money to go build a school or something.
Damn.
All that damn money you donated to a woman that had no chance of winning the election. I'm sorry, and I hate to say it, but nigga, that was an L from the very beginning. As soon as they announced Kamala as the next nominee, I'm like, they lost. That's an L.
No,
and I didn't want to be right. I really didn't want to be right. I really wanted to be
man.
But
nigga,
I'm like,
when they said she lost by a landslide, I was like, ugh.
Nigga, she lost. Like
she got her ass whipped. Like,
she lost, nigga. And then everyone's like, wait for this state. And I'm like, bruh.
None of
ain't
the
nothing to wait for. Just no.
He was gonna win.
Ass whooped tonight.
Nigga, I went to go vote. And I'm like, bruh, I'm voting knowing that this woman's not gonna win. That's literally how I felt, and I was right. I'm sorry.
Again, I'm still on the point of I didn't see either of them as a suitable fucking candidate from the start. So just I just said my ass down.
Same thing with Clinton. This is four straight elections of L's. And the reason why I'm adding the second term of Obama in there is because it was the second one and the last one.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, yo, I'm saying cooked. I'm saying cooked for a reason. I'm not saying it to fearmonger. I'm not saying it to... Y'all are cooked. I'm sorry.
Okay. This is also another do you care. Do you care about Dr. Umar Johnson and his whole they're calling him a deadbeat because his daughter says like he has to
Yo, Ray, we have to talk about this.
All right, I'll let you. The floor is yours.
All right. So Uncle Umar is on trial because apparently his daughter is claiming that he has not been an active present parent. And while I am not someone that, looks into conjecture, because I'm not in the situation that's between Umar and his daughter, it was brought to the public. So from the outside looking in, I just simply want to say, bro, this is why there's no such thing as a perfect leader. Everybody got bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got bullshit. Now, just based off of what I've heard and just watching Umar and observing him from a distance, I'm not part of that situation, but what I will say is he's at least willing to talk about it. But at the same time, my biggest criticism is that he don't be motherfucking like he don't use discretion when it comes to how he approaches the motherfucking issue. Like the way he was calling that little girl like a clout chaser and shit like that. I'm like, come on now, don't be doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's an accusation against you. At the very least, take it seriously enough to, give information that will just assure people of, your position in a clear manner. You don't have to go. My problem with Umar is that sometimes he be going for character assassination. And I'm like, bro, you don't need to approach it like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to make it seem like it's the CIA coming for you every single time somebody has a criticism against you or somebody's trying to come after you. What I would do is in a situation like that, I just make my stance clear from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? I'll go live, like you like going live, and just tell it straight up for what it is. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Me and the mother, I've had this, that, and whatever. Because, there's plenty black men that is in that situation as well. You're not the only nigga with baby mama drama. You're not the only grown nigga with baby mama drama. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to make it seem like you're trying to play the holier than thou position. Just say what it is that needs to be said so that you can get back to the work you're doing. Because right now it's not looking good when it comes to you in this school. You know what I'm saying? People still want asking, where the school at? Where the school at? Where the school at? And niggas has been following that shit since 2015. Shit. It's been a long time. Niggas has graduated college. Motherfucking Reggie from Bad Boys got a family now. Like, and the school still ain't over. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a good look. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It's just simply not a good look. And I like Umar. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he definitely has a lot of shit that I agree with, but when I disagree, I disagree. And that goes to everybody. Nobody's really my idol. I hate that word. I hate when y'all say, "Oh, that's my idol." Shut the fuck up. You sound weird. But bro, I'm just the type of dude where if the shit applies to me in a positive way, I'm going to adopt it in a way that facilitates a better consciousness on my part and use that wisdom to instill it in others. I'm not going to sit there and just motherfucking take for the sake of taking, because that's not how I was able to get the knowledge that I got. I got it from learning from others. So it is also my duty to pass the wealth and share the wealth as much as I can, even if I may not know too much about a situation. Even if I'm on the outside looking in, from my perspective, I'm gonna always aim to bring clarity and be thoughtful and pay attention to what's going on. And right now, it's just not a good look. That's all I want to. That's it, really.
Yeah, anything to say about it, Dion?
Not really.
Nah, Ray, I really want to hear your thoughts, because you've been watching Umar too.
You know how it's the same way how I feel about Trey Songz, and like when they do some anytime they get in trouble or something like that, it's someone that I like. It's just like, why can't y'all just go somewhere and be quiet? Do your stuff and be quiet and not get into some bullshit. But this one, I don't think he can help. This one, Umar, I don't think Umar couldn't help. But at the same time, like, I know a lot of dudes is trying to get at him because they feel like he looked like a hypocrite because he was talking about black families and you done had two women and that's what they say. You've been with, so you got two baby mamas and you ain't make a family out of none of them, or like you didn't try to be a stepfather to any of them, because they make him look like a hypocrite in some of his speeches. And even though like Umar be saying a lot of things that I feel like a lot of people can learn from, and then like it goes to people just looking at his credibility. Like he say like even with I agree with you, like the character assassination is a bit too much because you could just be upfront about it, or you could just say why don't you want to start a family with either baby mama or something like that. It's because like I believe in it because I tell people I believe in the school. I believe it's what he kind of like going through. Like hell, like you get this man got quotables. He's definitely about the black. I can tell you about black men. I can tell you about the black families, young black boys, and how we are raising up and all that other stuff. Like I feel like you're doing a lot of good things, but it feels like stuff like this is like people is not going to like take you seriously anymore. And I feel like if you don't like at least dip this in a butt or at least try to explain it in a way that people can digest it, because like I said, people gonna call you a hypocrite or a grifter, especially some black men that don't agree with like the whole thing about the stepfather thing. Like black men, because some people like, why should I step up for the whole stepfather thing, and like why should I be a stepfather to a woman that's not for a kid that's not mine, since all that other bullshit. It's just like it proves their point, and like you not taking advantage of that. It's like people gonna be talking about it makes you look like a panderer and a grifter instead of someone that's really about young boys and how they grow up and shit. So I want like stuff like this is like why I get mad at some of these celebrities when they do bad. It's just like I just want y'all to like some stuff. It just need to be nipped in the butt or just like done not in public. I'd rather y'all just do this shit not in public and just handle your shit like, and then like even then be honest about it, because I feel like, but again, we don't know what's going on between Umar and the baby mama, so the baby mama could be spiteful. So it's just like to me, I'm everywhere with this. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna hold you, but that's how this like it's everywhere with this, and it's just like I guess until like he says until like you show me my daughter and you get some shit straightened out. Hopefully by the time he gets his daughter, he's just straightened out over like he said, I'm gonna go public with everything, and you're not gonna like it. So to me, I'm just waiting until then. So that's how I feel. But I just rather him not just be with it at all, because like I said, I do believe in the school, and I do believe he's trying to do something for the school, and I feel like stuff like this it prevents him from completing the school shit. So that's my thoughts. Um, any last words before we get into our final topic?
Damn, Umar. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie.
What the fuck happened to you? Hey man, hey, I still say Black Reese forever, Snow Bunnies never. uh, last topic. How do y'all feel about Senator Mike Johnson, the senator for Louisiana, talk about we should abolish the Department of Education? How do y'all feel about that?
Did you see the banner behind him when he said that, right?
Yes.
And why? What is significant about that banner? If you could tell the good people.
Hold on, just show the picture. Just show the picture.
Cause I was about to say we need to bring the picture up for us to.
Just cause, like,
there we go.
This is a serious situation. I get it, but there's a laughable sense of irony here.
Louis Nana.
I just
Louis Nana.
You're talking about abolishing the Department of Education, and the motherfucking state is spelled wrong.
Louis Nana.
Nigga, this is an episode of fucking Simpsons. This is a Simpsons episode. This is a South Park episode, nigga.
Hey, y'all wonder why me and Father feel the way we feel about America?
I cannot. How do you expect me to take this seriously? How? I have tears in my eyes because I'm laughing so hard. How the fuck am I supposed to respond to this?
Louis Nana Boo Boo. Louis.
You telling me you abolished the Department of Education, and you got that shit going on.
We're not glossing past that, Ray.
I don't want to hear shit. I'm not listening to a goddamn thing anymore. What is there to do? What am I supposed to do?
Just how to lose all your credibility in one fell fucking swoop.
That's why we tell people shut the fuck up sometimes.
I don't want to hear shit. Abolish the Department of Education. Go right ahead. Go ahead. Abolish it. Okay. I ain't vote for this shit.
Maybe everywhere there's a Nana named Louis. You didn't know. You don't.
I just, at this point, bro. At this point, it's like an episode of SpongeBob where that motherfucker like that's where I'm at. There's nothing to say. There's literally nothing to say. I can't. That if a picture is worth 1,000 motherfucking words. You know what I'm saying?
Even if one of the words is spelled wrong.
And then people will be like, "Oh, you're reading too deep into it. Oh, you're reading too deep into it." And I'm like, apparently he wasn't.
Apparently someone didn't read deep enough, otherwise they would have caught that spelling error. The fuck?
You booty tanked me, but thank you, Dion.
It hurts so good. That's all I want to say. It hurts so good. It hurts so good.
Ray, talk to me.
Louis Nana. Again, like I said, y'all wonder why, like, Father been saying the way he's been saying. Y'all been wondering why I say the shit that I say. It's just like no one takes it seriously. No one takes this as a joke. I feel like I've been saying this, and I'm gonna repeat myself. I feel like a lot of y'all wants to live in the chaos. Y'all don't want to fix shit. Y'all want to live in the chaos, and then just complain about it because there's no way this should have been your background. Like this should have been like. I know there was someone in it that's just like, yo, they spelled Louisiana wrong. It got through everything. It's just, oh my god. So,
and you know what? Can I just say?
Go ahead.
You will never find no motherfucking quote unquote third world country with anything like that. I ain't never seen motherfucking Honduras with a mistake like that. I ain't never seen Uzbekistan with a mistake like that. I ain't never seen Bulgaria with a mistake like that. I'm just saying. I haven't seen it. But okay, abolish it. That's all. That's my final word on that. Abolish it. Go ahead. I ain't stopping you, big player.
You know what? And I'm gonna second that.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up and just let it do you.
You know
when I speak,
That's been followed ever since the start of 2025. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and just let y'all watch.
I'm just mind my business.
You know what you are right now? You're that Will Smith meme where he has his hands out like this. Where he has his hands out, like remember when he introduced Jada and he got his hands out
Yeah.
and it's this. Or that another SpongeBob episode where it's just like he just everything like he's revealing all the sticky diapers. It's like
Christ.
look, hey man, the more that shit happens, it's just like, hey.
Remember when Josh cut off Drake in that episode of Drake and Josh and his life improved like 5 times?
Yeah.
That's what's happening. I'm Josh and I cut him off. And my life has become so much better.
All I want to say is I can't wait to see what the Simpsons do with this one.
Oh man, shit. I just yeah, in conclusion.
Stop.
Any last words before we move on to our final thought?
You know, you get to a point where it's just like, this ain't a joke no more. You know, like, I'm laughing, but at the same time, it's like, y'all chose this. You know, it's literally like watching your team throw in Marvel Rivals. You just sitting there watching them. It's like, I could go out there and heal, but they'll just die.
Oh man, that's it. Look, this wasn't Marvel Rivals, but I'm gonna tell you this. I was playing 2K, right? And I was doing the 3v3s, and the dude got mad that I didn't pass him the ball up because I knew that he was gonna get chased down blocked, right? And the guy, he was an old head too, just cursing me out. And you know, he wanted to sell the game, right? And like he wanted to throw the game to make sure we lose, right? We win, and then we went on at least 5-game winning streak, and he still tried to sell every game, right? And so the one game he finally lost, he goes, "I told you." It was just like I went through 5 games without your help, like basically 2v3. Me and the other partner, and then like we just had one bad game, and you was talking about "I told you." It's just like motherfucker, you wasn't a help to begin with, and here he was just cursing, like just cursing up.
Right, he was winning in spite of him, so fuck him.
Yeah, it's like we was in spite of you. It's like, what is wrong with you? And like, oh, like the dude just cursed up his stuff. He's like, oh, it's on my YouTube channel. I was like, if anybody sees it, it sees that you didn't do shit. I'll let you know. But I hate being honestly, I'll tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate being the best player on Marvel Rivals. I really do. I always hope that this, not to say that I'm trash, but like you're at least competent that I can count on you. And sometimes, like I know, Father, you feel this way. I hate when like I play support and then like everybody just do whatever. But when you play tank, it seems like no one fucking
No one wants to play like a team.
Yeah, it seems like no one plays like a team in a team-based game. Like, I hate you all. Yo, and I'm not gonna lie to you. There's times where I play except with you, obviously except with you, when I play support and I'm like, I need help. And then you got fucking Iron Fist. It's just help. And then there's no one coming to me to save me. I'm just a poor mantis, and I'm just getting my ass whipped. And then it's just like, and nobody's helping the healers, and they're over there screaming like, "Yo, where's the healers at?" I don't know. This fucking Iron Fist is whipping my ass. So I wish y'all would help a brother out, and let me not be the only healer. Oh Lord. But I have my good advice about that game. But final thoughts. Dr. It's on you.
Final thoughts. Well, a question I got asked a few days ago comes to mind. Basically, someone asked me how in the hell have I been with the same person for the amount of time that I've been? And my response was just, we just kept at the shit. You know, I think one of the reasons the dating scene is like it is because people don't value people no motherfucking more. You know?
Tell you the truth, I think there's a lot of people looking into poly, and I just think they're looking into it because they don't want to be lonely.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
Because Neo got like 4 wives and they all look happy. So now everybody's like, think I could do that. It's like, okay.
And then they quickly
Okay,
realize
but
that it don't work because the problem is them.
Right. And you know, that's the one question I would ask. So what would you do if you're not the number one option? You're like, would you care? Because I know a
No.
lot of y'all would care.
I mean, if you're willingly putting yourself in that position, do you have the right to care?
I don't know, because I don't have you seen that video with that woman? She had like 2 husbands, and then she put up a third option, and then like she brought that nigga in, and I was like, back in my head, I was like, I could do this shit. I couldn't. I knew he was like, especially since women outnumber men. It's like you gotta be out your mind. You think I'm sharing my girl with 2 other niggas?
Stingy around here.
I tell people all the time, you know, people that
Shit.
we do poly. I said, fuck no.
Yeah, we stingy around here. Shit, man.
And maybe because I've seen what a healthy relationship look like. So
Right. You got people freaking turning on each other over dumb shit. You got people fucking I guess just overly concerned with what they can get out of the situation, not even really caring about the other party. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad.
I keep telling people you can't get into a relationship if you have a selfish mindset. So I want people to understand that. I said, yes, you need some time to yourself, but it's about the we, not the me. After a while. But go ahead, dear. Oh.
Yeah, but just yeah, but just that's my final thought, man. Don't nobody fight for nothing no more. And then and then motherfuckers wonder why everything vanishes so easily.
Okay, father is on you.
Why are buff niggas putting their face in ice water going viral?
I've been seeing that too.
Wait, what?
Why are buff niggas putting their face in ice water going viral?
I don't know. I've been seeing that too.
And then another thing I've been seeing is bananas and a certain alcohol. I don't. What's going on? Have you seen that too?
That one I haven't seen, but please not for me.
Yeah, I don't understand. Y'all glorify stupid shit. Y'all make stupid shit go viral, and I don't understand.
Niggas be
This shit is
bored.
stupid.
Cause niggas be bored.
This shit is dumb. Y'all
I'm
glorify stupid
convinced,
shit.
I'm convinced it's boredom. It's gotta be boredom.
Like it's just
Because
going viral. It's just
when
everybody
you
and their
get the
mama talking
idea
about
for
it.
this shit, and then the motherfuckers who are watching this shit are just as bored.
That's why I don't be outside. Cause y'all are dumb. You're like, why don't y'all be outside? And y'all always home.
No,
You're damn
motherfucker,
right.
not going outside is part of the problem. Get the go find something to fucking do.
What you mean,
If I
Dion?
see that one man dunking his face in ice water one more fucking time,
I don't
I'm a
want to go
fucking.
outside.
Shoot.
I was
No,
off Twitter
I'm
for a
talking.
day, man.
I'm
The
talking
whole
about the
timeline is
motherfuckers who's on the
motherfuckers
internet doing
dunking
silly
their face.
shit.
Everybody's like you. Who are these? Why am I keep seeing these buff ass niggas on my timeline?
Like, who are these niggas?
Can we wrap this water bottle, ice water buff nigga shit
I,
about Monday
I
Pizza?
don't. I just, bro. It's no consciousness. Like you, bro. You remember back in the day? At least motherfuckers who rap will put some at least conscious in the motherfucking album. It's just constant stupid shit with these niggas, man. It's like, when are we going to, like, nigga, we don't got time to play right now. Niggas can't pay their rent. What is going on? Like, bro, I don't know. It's just boggling my mind right now. I don't know why people are just so proud of being entertained by nonsense. It'll lose my understanding.
My timeline is played by Buckman, sparkling water, bowls of ice, fixing Jesus.
Was that a tweet?
Yeah, that's a treat.
Yeah, bro. And you want to know what? It goes back to what we were saying about the motherfucking Department of Education being motherfucking abolished and shit like that. This is the environment you're abolishing in that. No Child Left Behind. The aftermath of Bush and his incompetence. This is what, bro. Now you really gonna have Juan Yans jumping people in motherfucking McDonald's. It's not just gonna be New York. It's gonna spread. We about to make a lot more young niggas the way we going, bro. I'm saying, I just all I can pretty much do to be part of the solution is to just make sure that I'm cultivating an environment where that shit doesn't get glorified. Cause, bro, we can't be doing this. We really can't. It's kind of sad that it's gotten to this point, and I know, like, stupid shit has always been there, of course, but yo, when it's time to get serious, bro, it's time to get serious. Like, I think right now it's no longer a burning house, nigga. It's the ashes. I think it burnt out long ago, and yeah, this where we at. And I'm not even trying to sound like all doomerism and everything, but I gotta be honest about the mentalities that I'm seeing. Because you got plenty of people that's trying to solve the shit. You got plenty of people that's trying to, talk about the shit, but they're just not getting listened to. It's very interesting. So, shit. That's my final thought. Put your head in some ice water.
I'm looking at this is like the third video I see. It's just like this shit is boring. Like, yeah.
Like, why y'all make that shit go viral? For what?
I Is it supposed to give you smooth skin? Because I don't fucking know. Okay. All right. I wanted to say this during the Just Hilarious thing, and I kind of forgot, but I'm gonna say it now, and I guess that's gonna be my final thought. Um, when I started this podcast, I've always said this. I always sucked at explaining shit, and I always want to get better at public speaking. Even though I got a B in public speaking, I feel like I should have got an A. But even though I got a B in public speaking at the school, I always feel like there's things that I feel like I can always improve on. So I did this. Um, that's why I did the That's why I did the podcast. And the one thing that I've always said that I on this podcast with a bunch of people that I feel like could speak incredibly better than me. Like even me going last on the final thoughts, like it's just like damn, I gotta follow this person, I gotta follow that person. Father, he be giving his final thoughts, and I'd be like, God damn, I'd just be setting myself up for failure. Except and when Crystal, when she be going on her shit, I'd be like, that shit is so beautiful, and yet I gotta follow that shit. Hell, even Dion sometimes. I feel like Dion speaks better than I do, especially when he's directing to the point and you just be fuck these hoes. I'd be like, this shit is so with that being said, I never looked at that as hate. I've always looked at that like I got somewhere to improve. At least I got people I can say I can learn from, I can take from here and there, and I could just try to improve. Have a little personality because I know sometimes when I moderate, I'm very neutral ish. I'm very neutral in what I'm saying, but most of the times I do want to improve on public speaking because I know sometimes one of these days I'm going to be in front of people and I'm going to have to like speak. And I hope that sometimes when I get my stuff across that people will understand me. People will understand me. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody on here because I feel like y'all have made me into a better speaker than I was when I started this podcast. um, I like obviously the personality was always there, but I feel like there was pieces to the puzzle that was always missing. And I feel like the more I do this, the more like I'm solving that puzzle, and the more that everything is just coming natural. So even when the point to in my personal life that I can feel myself getting better at explaining stuff, especially at my job where I have to tell people where to go or what to do. I could just sometimes I just scout stuff out and I'll be like, damn, that shit was just smooth and clean. And so I would thank everybody that's been on the podcast that's helped me become a better person at public speaking. Because without y'all, I think I still wouldn't have been that good, even though I went through that class. So thank everybody.
You're welcome, nigga.
With that being said, I would like to thank the panel for jumping on as usual. I would like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is You Know What? Let me just say podcast, and we are signing out. Peace.
Deuces.